among great apes for a couple of reasons. Now, the first is because they're the only solitary great ape, which means that they choose to spend most of their lives alone. Now, you will find small groups of orangutans in the wild, and that will be a mother and her offspring. An orangutan will usually have just one baby at a time, and that baby will spend 6 to 10 years of their life with their mother, learn everything that they need to know to be an orangutan, and then go to live life completely on their own. And male orangutans spend most of their time just walking around their territory, guarding it, making sure that no other males come around. Now, the second thing that makes orangutans unique among great apes is the fact that they are the only arboreal great ape, which means they spend most of their time in the treetops. So you'll normally see an orangutan 50 to 100 feet above the ground. Now, they will come down to the ground every once in a while for water, but when they do, they run the risk of being seen by one of their predators, such as the Sumatran tiger. So you can't really blame them for not wanting to come down very often. So instead, orangutans get most of the hydration that they need from the foods that they eat. Orangutans eat mainly ripe fruit, which can be up to 70% water. So it's a great source for hydration. But orangutans will also eat things like vegetables, seeds, nuts, and bugs. And when you look at May's body, you'll notice that she has a body that's well adapted to a lifestyle living in the trees. If you look closely at May's hands, you'll notice that her thumbs are much shorter than the rest of her fingers. And that's so when they move from branch to branch, their thumbs don't get in the way. And their thumbs are so reduced that it's very difficult for May to pick things up the way that we do, with our index finger and her thumb. So instead, she will usually use her index finger and her middle finger, and use them kind of like she was using a pair of scissors. Now, when you look at May's feet, you'll notice that her toes are very long, and her feet kind of look like balled-up fists. Now, those long toes and curled feet are better adapted to gripping branches, a whole lot better than flat feet like ours would be. Now, I know it does look like May has a lot of hair, but many people find it interesting to know that humans and orangutans, we actually have the same number of hairs. Except, of course, our hair is shorter, finer, and lighter in color. And, of course, underneath all of that hair, May does have ears just like we do. And also just like humans and other great apes, May has her own set of individual fingerprints. May also has very long, strong arms with an arm span of about 7 feet and the strength of 4 to 6 grown men. Now, you may notice that humans and orangutans do look rather similar. So much so that the Borneans once believed that orangutans were a primitive tribe of human beings that understood spoken word, but wouldn't speak for the fear of being put to work. Now, although orangutans are incapable of speech just like humans, they have formed a type of communication. I'm going to go ahead and see if May is willing to give you an example of that. Alright, like I said, May is being a little bit stubborn and not wanting to talk to us right now. But she's going down to pick up that food that we dropped earlier instead. And as she does, like I mentioned, pay close attention, because when she picks up that food, more than likely she's going to use her index finger and her middle finger as well. Now, I'm going to see if she's willing to talk to us a little bit in just a second. But until then, the name orangutan initially meant man of the forest. So the name orangutan doesn't actually come from their orangish color. Alright, well, it looks like May is deciding to listen a little bit better. So, like I said, I'm going to see if she's willing to give you a small example of the form of communication that orangutans are capable of using.